honestly think there is a different air which these people actually breathe. Because tell me, why will it be the same air that we all breathe in and breathe out? That this same set of people, like those people that put Nigeria in this present condition that they're inside today, they breathe. Because tell me, how will you'll be breathing the same air, you will be unable to differentiate wrong and right? Can you imagine that it has gotten to the extent of this same set of people comparing this election that Ghana did to that of Nigeria, to even to the extent of making a statement? Hey, you all, welcome back. Honestly, I just need to calm my temperature while making this voice over at this point, because after I watched this video that I just recently watched about Mr. Muhammad Yakubu, telling us how Ghana was able to learn things from Nigeria in order to make this their election work, it clearly got me pissed off, honestly. Hi, welcome. Trust you are doing perfectly well. If you're seeing or hearing my voice for the first time, you're highly welcome. So you all, for those who doesn't know, I recently stormed on a video of our INEC chairman reacting to Ghana recent election that we all are applauding, we all are commending. Election that was so different from whatever we have been hearing in this West Africa. You guys, according to this our INEC chairman of Nigeria, he was presently in this Ghana election in Ghana. But Ghana, why una come allow him? What is he doing there? Why did people even allow him to be there? So if he is saying this thing, does it now mean? Anyways, we'll get to that. I will also get to play some videos of some Ghanaians, which I think their point of view is actually something that everyone also needs to, reason from that aspect. But before then, let's talk about Mr. Yakubu. Mr. Yakubu, that placed Tinubu to be the recent president. Not just being the recent president, he placed Tinubu, he and Tinubu collided and they stole our mandate with their full chest. For the very first time, Nigeria united. Nigeria youth stand. I saw it in every area. Nigerians decided to make a change for the very first time. They all wanted one particular man, and we all decided and vote. Even a woman in the village that do not know what vote is all about was interested in politics, because all of us wanted a change. Me, for the very first time in my life, I was so interested to know what's up about this change and this politics, about this election. Many people have not been able to vote for their very first time in their life, but because they wanted a change, they wanted to be the president, so that at least they will give him a chance. Let's see what he can do for us and for the citizen and for Nigeria as a country. Many people stand up, went all the way. Even celebrities that most times they will just flew out the country without minding whether Nigeria you survive or you do not survive, or if the election work or it doesn't work. They all were interested just to see that everything worked for the very first time, the last election that we had. But they kept on turning. After the voting, they kept on turning anything until they stole the mandate. That is that same person that we all were pointing fingers that he stole the mandate, him and his so-called, even when he admitted it, yes, that you were doing it, because even at some point they had to tell us that it's not the turn of Obi, that is the turn of Tinubu. Now, this same person has the guts, after going to Ghana to see how peaceful this election is, he's coming to tell us his mind. Well, let me just drop the few points that he's made though. According to Mr. INEC chairman Muhammadu Yakubu has reacted to the outcome of the just concluded Ghana election. He mentioned two things that Ghana learned from Nigeria. Mr. Yakubu said that there are many things he have observed that Ghana learned from them, on how that Ghana learned in the area of managing results. All results came from both the eastern region and every other thing. The presidential results, that they were all shifted to Accra. They were all brought to Accra. Only the presidential results were all brought to Accra. And that one, that is what Ghana implemented, and that they have learned from Nigeria. That is what they did in Nigeria. So this is what you people did in Nigeria. When people were taking the results to Abuja or somewhere else, people were manipulating it. Did the people manipulate Ghana own? Was this man not the Ghana choice? I'm coming to that. Let me don't rush it. Then he went ahead and said the second one, that the political parties in Ghana, the fact that the opposition came from the ruling party, so that is a reality in Ghana for people to be moving from one party to the other. That that is that the party that they already know is still the party, the ruling one, because that parties has people that always support them from time. So that is to tell you that after the ruling party, the next party was this NDC. So they had to now the NDC. That is just like his two parties that is just ruling Ghana, like something that he say, and that is what is happening in Nigeria as well. So you all, let's now bring it to, since this man is talking like this, let's be realistic. Does it now mean that the person that now won, that is now this person that won, that this Muhammad, John Muhammad, is not the people's mind? Because with what I've seen on social media, 90%, 75%, if I'm not mistaken, of Ghanaians are happy with the result of the person, the elected president. So why is he talking like, because knowing with the way he's talking, we already know that the kind of way that they do things, they manipulate it, they don't always give it to the people's elected, the people's desire. You people already know this man and the way they did everything they did last year about Nigeria election, or is it earlier this year? Nigeria election, Obi did everything. We all came out to support Obi, both the poor, both the rich, both children. Everybody wanted Obi. Now we'll be sitting and hearing him talking and what they are saying. Now, what will he even be thinking about? It only shows me that these people doesn't have conscience. They don't even know the difference between wrongs and right. Him even having the audacity of even comparing Ghana election to that of Nigeria. Okay, that is the okay. Let's accept it that is the strategy that they actually use in order to make things, the election, work perfectly. But then, yes, I know he will not have the right and the audacity, to make it be manipulated or something like they did in Nigeria, because Ghana is not his country. But let him cover his face with shame, abeg, because there is no how to compare these two. There is nothing there to be learnt. If rather, I should say Nigeria should go learn. Nigeria has already learned, because I will tell you for free. That is why we all came out. Nigeria came out the last election. Everybody wanted to make it right. Everybody wanted to support Obi, because that's the person we wanted, who is speaking our mind and have the vision of what we want in the country. I just quoted what he said in a recent interview. This is me just letting people know that these people doesn't have conscience, and they are our major problem. All this our politics, all this our politicians, parties and all that, they are just self-centered on their own. Anyways, this is it. Oh, Ghana, you people should not listen to him. I will sure bring more update for you guys, because at this point, with what he's saying, does it now mean that the election of Ghana, this was not recent president is not the elected, it's not the desires of the citizens? Ghana's in the building, people should let me know. Or is it that they also want it because as long as if this other party did not have, the other one have? But what happened to Nana Kweme? That means that party, that one does not follow. That one is no longer seeing any vision, because I recently stomped on Nana Kweme's recent tweet, what he said. Well, I will sure come back with that one in my next video. Don't forget to like, share your thoughts on the comment section.